Hello, fellow nerds, and welcome to Our Nerdiest Thing. Today we have a very special guest, author Tristin Clark. Born and raised in Southern Texas, Tristin Clark is an adult, dark, science fiction, fantasy, paranormal, and contemporary romance author who currently resides in Philadelphia with her soulmate and two precious kitties, Shadow and Peppa. Tristin enjoys traveling, painting, and telling heartbreaking, tragic, yet beautifully romantic and sizzling stories of soulmates coming together from far beyond the galaxy, across magical worlds, in different celestial realms, as well as in modern day life. Though to reach the end of the road to a happily ever after for her lovers will never be an easy task. As a dark-themed author, Tristin's work focuses on character trauma, how they choose to overcome their inner demons, and of their fight to be awarded the right to spend forever with the one destined to claim their heart and soul. Welcome to the podcast, Tristin. I love all that description of your writing. That's
you had
awesome.
me at sizzling.
Oh yeah.
I'm into it. And you had me destiny, sizzling, romance.
Working for all the keywords.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Okay. I don't know where to begin. There's such a loaded question.
You can start with your kitties if you want to.
My kitties?
Yeah.
Well, okay. We have Shadow. We adopted him at the ASPCA out of just on a whim. We saw a sign and was like, hey, let's go get a kitty. And then we saw him. It was love at first sight. And then Peppa, we found her on the side of the road. Literally on the highway. We stopped and grabbed her, and she was just a tiny little malnourished kitty, and we got her fat, got her healthy, and now she's just a spoiled princess, and we love her so much.
I love that. Do you think you'll get more cats?
Probably not. 2 is a good number. We love spoiling them, and any more than that will, it's taking away the attention.
Yeah, exactly. Well, tell us a little bit about how you became an author, when you started writing. What has your journey looked like to get to being a published writer?
It has been a long journey. I'll start off when I started writing. When I was little, I used to love making home videos. I would write the screenplay and have my sisters act it out, and then that followed me up until high school. I had my teenage friends acting it out, and I would direct and star in the movie, even though they sucked. They were horrible. They will never see the light of day. But after a while, I had a teacher tell me one day, because I used to write really long essays, and she was like, you should turn these into stories. And I'm like, I never thought about that. And so I kind of started dabbling into that. And then after high school, I really got into it. And I started writing in a notebook, and these novels will probably never see the light of day because they're horrible, but you got to start somewhere. And so after that, I took a break. 2019, I started back up again. Life was hard. Writing's my escape, that whole story. And so I just dived hard into these stories. And within the last few years, I dished out so many stories that will one day see the light of publishing. But right now they're kind of just on the back burner. But one of those was A War Amongst the Stars, which took 2 years to write. And that's my baby. That's my golden child. So I'm working on that, trying to get that out there. And I'm excited for that and everything else that's to come.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about that book?
Absolutely.
Series as well, or
yeah. So last September 28th, I was going to publish it. And then that whole fiasco happened with Amazon. They canceled my book 2 days before. 1,000+ pre-orders just gone. And so that was a bummer. The ebook is still up, but since then I had to take a step back because it kind of just
killed your vibe a little bit, for goodness.
Yeah, it really hurt. So I took some months off, and since then I rewrote the story. It's bigger, better, and way more cleaned up. I had it edited. I did interior design, so it's totally revamped. And so now I'm working on a whole Barnes and Noble release, which is gonna blow the Amazon one out of the water. But yeah, no, this story is epic. It's got everything in it. It's an adult dark sci-fi fantasy romance novel, and it's book 1 of the epic series. And it starts off with this human named Serena. She has these epic cosmic powers. She's abducted from Earth, sent to space, and then it's she gets rescued by this handsome giant tall blue alien, and from there he takes her home on his planet, to his planet on his ship. But it's 2 parts. It's half sci-fi, half fantasy. And the first part, it's just it's insane because so much happens. Like I'm trying really hard not to spoil it because it can be so easily spoiled. But yeah, along the way, she changes, like, how do I explain it? She has this power, and that she can't really control, right? And along the way, like she finds out like their planet used to be a magical world until magic vanished from it. And so she's hearing all these stories, and like she meets this villain who's tall, dark, and handsome, and he's like telling her all about like the stories, and she's relating to it. Like sounds a lot of like about me. And I'm horrible at explaining.
You're doing
But
great. I'm totally following you.
yeah. So it's just it's insane because like I don't know, like there's just so much that happens along the way. But yeah, so once they get to the actual planet, that's when like stuff just starts hitting the wall. I'm probably better at reading my blurb. I can't really describe it. Do you want me to read the blurb?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
We can
Okay.
post it with the
I
episode.
swear, when someone asks me what my book's about, I just like blank out.
Well, it
Okay.
sounds like there is a lot in it. So I understand why, like, of course, it sounds like fated mates, different planets,
Yes.
a little bit of kidnapping, maybe like magical destiny, right? Like we're getting what you're putting out. I love it.
Okay. It definitely has fated mates, but with a twist. And I would love for you guys to read it one day and find out what that twist is, because it's pretty different. I love it. All right, here's the blurb.
Okay. Well,
Or-
before you start, Tristan, when is it coming out at Barnes and Noble?
So I'm working on that right now. I'm trying my hardest to get it out before Imaginarium. Before May 21st for sure. And
Awesome.
once it comes out, once it's ready to go, I'm going to send it straight to ARC readers, my street team. I'm going to blast it all across TikTok, Instagram, all social media. And like the plan is to like make this the biggest release and compared to my Amazon one. And so like it's all going to happen super fast within like the next month. So be on the lookout for that.
Will. Okay, now go ahead with the blurb.
Okay.
I just want to make sure we knew when that was coming out.
Yes, very soon. Dark, seductive, and mysterious secrets lurking around every corner begins book one in Tristin Clark's dark, epic sci-fi fantasy romance series. Stolen and imprisoned aboard an alien ship, Serena, a human woman with a hidden power, finds herself moments away from death, but as fate would have it, another discovers and claims her life, and soon her heart too. The voyage back to Melvargan will be a long one, but until they arrive, Zurin, the new emperor and lonely king, takes it upon himself to care for his little one, vowing to do whatever he can to nurture her back to health and see to all of her aching needs. Get it? as they soar across the stars and Serena adapts to her advancing power and new surroundings, an undeniable cosmic force between the two works at drawing them close. With mysterious elements at play, arising tensions aboard their ship, and an already fragile and magicless world on the verge of an uprise, a dark, peculiar presence lurks amongst the shadows, following and clinging to Serena and her inner power, threatening to draw her into his familiar yet deadly orbit. A war is brewing, one that in the end will force all to choose a side. So yeah.
That sounds awesome.
sounds really
I love it. That is an epic fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the kind of thing that you would enjoy writing the most, like the sci-fi and the fantasy, or do you like to write other kinds of genres or stories?
I want to write it all, and I've already written a paranormal romance series up until book 4 out of 7, and I kind of stopped there and started with The War Amongst the Stars. Before that, I wrote a contemporary romance. It's like a mafia romance, so I'm just like all over the place. I have all these ideas, and I just want to write them all.
Sounds like
That's awesome.
It
yeah.
sounds like though that you like the tall, dark, and handsome, morally gray type of guy.
Catch on quick. Yeah,
I also happen to like that kind of character.
nice.
Well, is it the same with stories that you like to read? Like, do you like to read all kinds of genres as well?
Yes. Pretty much everything I write, I love to read. And that's kind of partly why I write what I write, because I've read these books and I'm just like, oh my God, these are amazing. I have to write my own. And so, yeah, I pretty much read exactly the same as what I write. Or yeah,
Yeah.
Well, on our podcast, we talk about books, obviously, but we also talk about other nerdy hobbies, things we love, and fandoms that we're a part of. So we would love to know what maybe some nerdy hobbies you have or fandoms that you're a part of.
I started reading ACOTAR recently, and I took a big break because, writing gets in the way. But I am obsessed with that series. And oh my God, I'm like, you have no idea how obsessed I am with Lucian right now. I'm just like dreaming of him every night.
Are you in the first book still?
No, I'm on I need to restart book 3 because I started reading it and like months went by and I don't even remember any of it. So I got to reread
A
that
little
one.
heavy, so you're
Yeah.
gonna have to restart for sure. But
Yeah.
talk about a nice, tall, dark, and handsome. Wait until book 4.
Oh gosh.
Just
What happens in book 4?
a lot of blushing. Let's just, and it's hard to make you blush, so.
I'm so excited.
Whitney's over here moaning into the microphone.
Ooh.
So we actually did the first ACOTAR book last season, and right now we're doing From Blood and Ash. Have you read that?
No, but it's on the list.
Okay, I
Excellent.
love ACOTAR, but I think From Blood and Ash, like ACOTAR is up here and From Blood and Ash is up here.
Really?
I mean, there is something really special about it, and I
Oh
don't
my
know what it
goodness.
is. You just fall in love
Yeah.
with these characters,
Yeah.
and they're all morally gray, right? And all you're like, you're really not a good person, but I kind of like you,
Yeah.
you know. And I love that type of inner dilemma, right? Because we're like that, right, as humans.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to start messaging about, ask them, I'm like, you need to read this next, and then they don't read it, and I'm like, who are you even? I told you to read that next. So if you ever
I'm reading ACOTAR for the 900th time.
I'm like,
Wow.
no, you're supposed to be reading the other things. So if you ever do need recommendations, we can definitely hook you up.
Okay.
More Deb than anybody else.
I
though.
know.
A little
So,
obsessed.
We're going to do a couple of speed rounds. The first
Okay.
one is our nerdy and dirty speed round. So I'm just going to give you some prompts and we would love for you to just answer without thinking. So just the
Go.
first thing that comes into your head. So favorite beverage.
Georgia peach.
Ooh, what's in
Oh.
that?
Oh my gosh, it's like white rum, orange juice, cranberry juice, and peach schnapps. It's really good.
Can we have one together at Imaginarium?
Yeah.
Right? Let's
Yeah,
find a
that
way
sounds
to.
awesome.
No, I'm not kidding. Like every time we talk to someone, we're like, we're going out, right? Like we're gonna go out on Saturday.
Okay.
I think we have like 25 dates for the weekend with all the authors we've been talking to. Favorite fandom.
Fandom. I'm gonna say Shadow and Bone.
Nice.
Excellent choice. Most binge-worthy TV.
Right now, it's Foundation on Amazon TV. Love it. Sci-fi.
We'll have to look at that.
Yeah, it's good.
Guilty pleasure.
Nachos.
That's a good one.
Book character you would get nerdy and dirty with.
Oh, Lucian for sure.
Yeah. There's
Not a bad choice.
talk about being special. Lucian's
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Edward.
I'm gonna take
Okay.
over her because she's coughing. Who is your book boyfriend or bestie?
Lucian. Let's go with him again.
Who is your book girlfriend or bestie?
Oh, that's a hard one. I'm gonna go with Moore. She seems pretty hot.
Yeah, she does
Yeah.
seem really hot.
Smut or plot?
That's a toughie. I'm gonna go with plot and hope that there's smut in it.
That's a good way
That
to
is
put
a good
that.
way to put that.
Sorry. Favorite childhood book?
Can we say teenage? Does that count as child?
Sure.
Twilight.
I love Twilight. I read that as an adult. I still love it. And favorite cereal?
Frosted Flakes with bananas.
Ooh,
I
I
don't
like that.
think I've ever had
I'm
them.
gonna be craving that.
I know, right?
It's so good.
Frosted Flakes here.
I
Deborah.
don't. I do have bananas. That's not the same.
No.
Okay, so we're gonna just go straight into hot or not. Same rules, okay?
Okay.
Pedro Pascal,
Hot.
Miley Cyrus,
Hot.
Tessa Thompson,
Hot.
Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd.
Oh, hot. Yeah.
Touch her and die tropes.
Ooh, hot.
Oh yeah. Sebastian Stan,
Oh God, hot.
Jensen Ackles,
Ooh, hot.
Small Town Romance.
Not.
Ben Barnes. I think I know the answer to this.
Oh my dear God, hot. Ooh, I
I
love that guy.
know. What is it all of a sudden? Like, I don't know.
He's
It
always
just-
been hot to me.
Yeah.
I never saw it before Shadow and Bone.
Prince
Like,
Caspian, he had my heart for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me
think-
too.
that movie came out, I just felt like a lot older than him at the time, even though I don't think I really was.
He looked way
Right.
younger
And
than
so
he
I
actually
think
was.
until he
Yeah.
was the Darkling, I was like, oh, now you're a man. Kind of into it. Timothy Chalamet.
Um, Sure. Yeah, hot.
Someone that you think is hot being sweaty after a workout.
Ooh,
That gets
you're gonna hate me for this, but Tamlin, because I feel like he's like super bulked up. I don't know. I'm
Can
going for
I'm going
it.
to interject an extra hot or not. Tamlin playing the fiddle. Is that hot or not?
I do like musicians, so I'm sorry, hot.
You need to get on YouTube and look at all these like book talkers making fun of it. It's so
I've
fun.
seen them.
They're so funny.
They're hilarious.
Okay, hot or not, The Rock.
Oh, not.
Janelle Monáe.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
Tom Hiddleston.
Hot.
Miles Teller.
Not.
Agreed. Second Chance Romance.
Oh, yeah, sure, hot.
And finally, Kristen Stewart.
Not.
Yeah, I need her to just like close her mouth. So we're going to see you at Imaginarium, which we're super duper pumped about. But what other, you're doing your Barnes and Noble release. So what other, if that's not enough, what else are you doing this year?
I'm actually working on it with my local Barnes and Noble to like set up like a signing there. So that's exciting too. One of my ARC readers actually works there, so like she's gonna be there. It's gonna be super exciting. I'm not sure when that is yet. We haven't set a date. Other than that, I had Storybound Fest, but that got canceled. So not much
from everybody. That I mean, I heard that it got canceled. I don't know the specifics or anything, but where is your local Barnes and Noble so that the listeners know in case they're near you?
Montgomeryville, Pennsylvania.
Okay, I wonder how far that is from us because Pennsylvania is not horribly far. We do like girls trips, so
Yeah,
you might just like show up on your
I'm going
Barnes
to be
and
in
Noble.
Pennsylvania this summer, actually.
Yeah, you are.
Ooh.
You're going to Hershey's.
We're
right?
going to Hershey Park.
Yeah,
I think that's like maybe 3 hours from me.
yeah, it's not bad at all.
Awesome. Well, if I do the Barnes and Noble, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
do.
Is there any other way that we can support your work in other ways?
Right now, you can follow me across social media. And if you go to my Instagram, the link in bio has like all of my social medias. They're all different, so it'd be really long to like spell them all out.
Go to Instagram and then go to each of the separate ones.
Yeah, and then of course follow my newsletter because I'm going to be blasting so many announcements coming up very soon here and very fast. I'm working on getting.
I'm sorry. Is there a way to get to that through your Instagram as well?
Yes. All the links for everything is going to be the link in bio in my Instagram.
Awesome.
And that's Tristin Clark or Tristin Clark author. Yeah.
Awesome. So on our podcast, we always close out with our nerdiest thing of the week. So we all just kind of say what we did that week that was maybe something nerdy that we did or said or went to or whatever. So we would love to know what your nerdiest thing of the week was.
Oh gosh. I don't know if this is super nerdy, but I recently just bought on Amazon some like silver sword earrings that kind of like dangle down here. And I also bought some sword bookmarks. And I don't know. That was a fun purchase.
Are they like little daggers?
Yeah.
I love that.
That's cool.
You'll
Yeah,
have
I
to
actually
send
bought
us
them for Imaginarium.
Did you really?
Cool.
And you'll have will you have physical copies at Imaginarium then that people can purchase?
Yes, absolutely. That's why I'm really trying to like get this stuff done so I can have all that prepared and books at the signing.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. I was just telling them I'm doing like a big trip before the book festival, and I was like, I don't know where I'm gonna find money to buy everybody's books because that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
And so I've got to figure it out. Open a line of credit, an IOU with all the others.
Oh my goodness.
Well, thank you so much, Tristin, for talking with us tonight. It's been really fun to meet you and get to talk to you, get to know you a little bit. And hopefully we'll get to spend some time together in person at Imaginarium.
And get a Georgia peach.
And get-
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing you all at Imaginarium. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.